broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Everybody, welcome to church. You are watching and listening to AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. It's the Knockouts, Season 4. Season 4, it's not even Season 4. It's the Battles Part 4 and the Knockouts. Sorry, we're just filled with the Spirit right now, so we get a little bit confused. I'm Jason Ikeler. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat at Jason Ikeler. And joining me tonight is my partner in crime, and in the spirit, the one, the only, Stephanie Giorgi.
You can follow me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi and on Instagram at the Stephanie Giorgi.
And at
church every Sunday. No, I'm just playing.
You can sit behind me in the pew.
No, I'm playing.
So we got the Knockouts tonight, and we had Rihanna as the guest mentor. I will say I'm not the hugest Rihanna fan, but I thought she was very impressive tonight. She knew what she was talking about, and I actually liked it. Reminded me of when Taylor Swift was on the show last season. Like the notes she gave were like super tangible notes, and less than like feel it more in the second verse. She's like, no, sing it like this or do this.
I liked everything that Rihanna said too, and which is nice because she needed a little bit of a comeback, if you will. I mean, I guess she's been coming out with music, but we haven't seen her. I feel like I've only seen like her.
We haven't seen her as like a person.
Exactly. So yeah, it was really nice, and I do think she gave very tangible advice as well. Especially when she, like the little ones, take that note a little longer, or don't. Yeah,
because you don't think of her as like a technical singer, but like she knows exactly what she's talking about. Yeah. Okay. You go, Riri.
Go, Riri.
Okay, let's start with Team Adam. His first pairing was Andy and Alex versus Blaine Mitchell. So Andy and Alex sang "Stupid Boy" by Keith Urban. I actually was very impressed by this. I didn't really know how I felt about them last time, but I thought separately their voices were stronger than I initially expected. And I think they have this really cool breathy quality to them. I thought the song started out really good, and then it was going and going, and then I just kind of thought it plateaued near the end. And there was something weird about the end, but their harmonies together when they go up into their falsetto is like, you just get chills.
Yeah. I just feel bad about the fact that, because they had to sing the song and not the entire time together, it's that, I don't want to call it the curse of the duo, but the duos always have something that lacks there. I don't know. It was complimentary, but it was nothing huge because no one stood out more than the other for me.
And I almost felt like they went back and forth too much. Like, especially towards the end where it like kind of took away from the song. Because like, you sing a line, now you sing a line. And it wasn't like, I feel like that's cool on like a gospel song where you're wailing.
Yeah.
But a song like this, it kind of just takes away from it.
It does.
But their harmonies together are what like really does it for me.
Everyone knows that already.
I don't know. Do you think they should have like steered away from a country song?
No. I think that's definitely their strong suit. If they had sang a song like, will you remember me, or
or even like a Maddie
of the Angel kind of song.
Like a Sarah McLachlan, or even like, do you know Maddie and Tay, little country duo?
No, but
if they would have sang, they should have sang one. I'm sure they're not singing that so they don't get compared to them. But the way that they split the songs up makes more sense musically, so maybe they should have done a duet. They went up against Blaine Mitchell, who sang "Hold Back the River" by James Bay,
which he really surprised me.
This type of song always does really well on The Voice because, like in the past, it's like somebody like Hosier or Sam Smith right before they blow up. If you do one of these songs on The Voice, it always charts well, and James Bay is about to blow up.
Oh, okay.
And he sounded really, really good. But there's something about the way they dress him and the way he emotes himself on stage, that reminds me of like a corny contemporary Christian song. And it kind of took away from this like cool edgy rock song, because I felt like in the rehearsal, A, I thought he looked a lot better, and B, I thought he seemed cooler. And he just brought like the cheeseball factor to me when he sang it live.
Yeah. I think because I just really didn't care for him before, that's why he impressed me tonight. I was pretty much taking my notes during this. No, I don't know.
You weren't like blown away. I felt like I kind of fell asleep during the chorus of the song, which is funny because the song has a big chorus, but he kind of just approached it like, I've sang this a lot. Yeah. Here I am.
I'll tell you what, I see why, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. I see why they chose him and not the twins. But this is one of the couple of performances of tonight that I was so bored with. Yeah,
I actually would have chosen the twins just because I think you can do something a little different with them, and I feel like he's not that special. I think he's kind of basic. But Adam agrees otherwise.
Yep. All right,
let's talk about his next pairing, which is Victor Corrali versus Jordan Smith. This was the finale of the night. Jordan sang Set Fire to the Rain by Adele.
I'm going to start with Victor and say...
Oh, wait, should we start with Jordan because we're hearing him? Is that okay?
No, I'm just going to say, because what I have to say about Victor is great. Victor surprised me so much, but he doesn't sound like this.
Jordan sounds, if you've ever heard Leah Michele cover a song, every time she covers a song, it's just like flawless.
Right.
And that's how Jordan's voice is to me. Like, he can do no wrong. Any song he sings, even if you love the original.
Especially if you can hit every note that you dream to hit.
And that's what kind of reminds me of Leah Michele, because she's like a technically amazing singer. And so he does that too. And I kind of feel like he should be going down the musical theater route. But his voice is insane. I thought towards the end of the song, it sounded like he rushed a little bit. But overall, he's like 98% amazing.
Absolutely.
I wish they would dress him better.
I thought he was dressed all right.
I think they dress him like he's like a high school principal.
Oh.
And they need to I don't know. I kind of think it'd be fun to not as weird as CeeLo, but see him in some cooler rock edgier
that's
clothes.
something I imagine. No, nothing too rocky. I would say to maybe thicken his pants a little bit so they don't look so skinny jeans in comparison to the proportion of his body.
And I think it's the sweaters.
Those maybe a cool button down t-shirts, the ones that are buttoned to the top, no sweater vests. And stuff
a cool collar chain.
Maybe
something. We need to pink him out a little bit. But he sounds amazing.
He's a good old Kentucky. Well, he doesn't look too bad. Oh, I guess he does look like a principal right there.
You know what I mean, though, with it's like the sweater with the, I don't know, not feeling it. But who cares? His voice was so good. Victor Corrali, who sang If I Can Get You by Alicia Keys. His voice is like Sex on a Stick for me. In the verses,
I kept singing this
it was like butter.
Yeah.
I thought it did get a little shouty in the chorus.
Okay.
But overall, I was very impressed. And his falsetto was so good.
And I was so happy for him at that moment. And I thought if he doesn't, well, he's not going to win it. He wasn't going to beat Jordan. No one's going to beat Jordan in the knockouts. But I definitely thought he was going to be stolen.
Yeah, and I'm glad he was stolen. So we already said, what's his face? Jordan won, Victor was stolen. I think Gwen stealing him is going to be really good because I think watching him, what he lacks is a little, I hate to use the word swag, but
sure.
He lacks, I can't talk tonight. He lacks swag. I feel so dumb saying that. But he needs he needs to have a little bit of an edgier factor on stage, and I think that would sell him a lot more because he's almost too polished. And so, I don't know. I'm falling. I can't get up. Help. I got it.
The noise that the chair made, though, right now. Okay.
You're listening. My chair just fell down. Anyways, that wraps up Team Adam for the night. Before we talk about Team Gwen, we need to talk to you about Black Hollywood Live. It's our sister network, and we want to make sure you guys are checking it out right now. It's the first online broadcast network focused on African-American talent and influencers. They've got 12 different shows, everything from sports to entertainment, fashion, comedy, politics, legal issues, music, and technology, just to name a few. Just go to blackhollywoodlive.com, or you can catch the shows on YouTube and iTunes. And they've had tons of guests. Jamie Foxx, Taraji P. Henson, Nick Cannon.
Oh, yeah, they've had plenty.
Even more, I'm
Awesome
sure.
network, awesome shows. Really fun and entertaining.
And you can follow them on social media at BHL Online. Now back to us. Back to what really matters, me and Steffi. Steffi and
Jason.
me.
Oh.
Steffi and I.
And you.
Me, Steffi.
Me.
And you, the fans. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to talk about Team Gwen. So her I cannot talk tonight.
Her first pair is Braden Sunshine and Ellie, I don't know, because Braden...
Ellie Lawrence.
Woo!
So Braden Sunshine sang Feeling Good by Nina Simone. This is when I was so impressed by Rihanna. Because she made him look so much better. Because he was like a cute little kid before.
Where's the power in it?
Power and the high five. His voice is very angelic.
It's angelic and it sounds so grown.
Some of the ends of his phrases did fall a little flat.
Whatever,
for
he'll
me.
learn.
I know he will learn, but he looked way more confident this time. And I thought the ending of the song was epic. And I think with the new look, it kind of made him feel a little better.
And that's the best part. Not even feel a little bit better, but feel different. So he's had everything that he had inside of him.
Yeah, I'm different.
Yeah, you see,
Pull
songs like
up
that.
to the scene with my ceiling missing.
Stop. Anyways, but yeah, with a different look, it's like when you wear a costume or when you're, when you have loads of makeup on or whatever the case may be. I feel like it allows you to project more, to be more of what you want to be, and I think that it definitely helped this kid out.
Yeah.
Because he must have felt all swagged out
Yeah.
and like super slick. And honestly, they dressed him and styled his hair.
He looks great.
To match
Good job,
this song.
voice, makeup, and
So if he has an attachment to this
clothing
song,
too.
then Denzo's.
Yeah, seriously.
And honestly, for the next one, I didn't really like hers. That
Oh,
was-
yeah.
that was it.
Ali,
That's literally
okay,
what I have
we'll
to say
talk about it. Ali's saying Cool for the Summer by Demi Lovato. And I like the idea of the song choice, that she's trying to be a pop star and sing a little bit. But if you watch Demi Lovato sing this song, it like has so much. The song is about experimenting sexually.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to look sexy, you need to strut sexy, you need to sing sexy.
You need to get into it.
You
Demi
need to be
Lovato goes
sexy.
like rock with it.
Yeah, and she does these headbangs. And I thought Ellie kind of made it like a little bit of a sleeper.
She
And
made
it kind of, if you're listening to it, it kind of
do,
sounds like she's trying to make it into a hoedown.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And she's no Demi Lovato, and I think she deserved to go home.
Yeah, but Braden Sunshine, wow, like
Yeah.
a round of applause to that kid.
Seriously, you go, Braden. All right, we don't have a lot to say about Ellie, sorry. Don't cover Demi Lovato unless you're going to do it justice.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Team Blake.
Team Blake.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay, first up is Barrett Baber versus Blind Joe. Let's talk about Blind Joe first. He's saying, Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
I wish he would have won.
Okay, here is my thing with Blind Joe. He sounds good. He doesn't do anything different from the original.
Oh.
And when he's singing, he closes, this is going to get very technical, he closes to the consonants of the words too soon. So I think what was he saying? They'd rather give you a song instead of holding up the vowels, which is what you're supposed to do. And I think that causes them to go flat.
So instead of song, he's song.
He sung.
Yeah.
Or if he was going to say Steffi, like it should be Steffi when you're singing. And that took away from the song for me.
Okay.
And then the end of the song just sort of fell apart.
I think the end of the song did fall apart a little bit. But oops.
Ow
you
now,
got me.
brown cow.
Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York. Okay, Barrett though, I thought.
Let's talk about Barrett, who's saying colder weather.
Well, I'm saying, but in comparison to him and Blind Joe, I think Barrett.
I just wanted to make sure we're right behind you, Steffi.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, man.
He was good, but there's something about him that I don't care for.
Okay, this is the thing with Barrett. When he first started singing, I had my headphones in and I was looking down to like type up Barrett. He's singing this song. And I was like, oh, he sounds so good. And then I looked up and I see this redhead man squatting with a shirt tucked in. And I was thinking, what the hell am I watching? He looks so uncomfortable when he's singing. His eyes are closed the whole time. And as soon as he got to the chorus, it was just like, oh, he's kind of like making it really good. And then it got to the chorus and it was like, I'm going to go take a nap or pick my ass because I'm so bored.
No, I don't know. I liked Blind Joe better, but unfortunately they didn't choose him.
Yeah, I thought Barrett's performance was a little embarrassing.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say embarrassing. I just think that he sounds like a high school teacher, which he is, whom, you know, grabs out the guitar to teach you conjunction function. What's your
but it reminds me
of
if like your dad was like, Steffi, I'm gonna be a pop star, and you're like, oh god, I can't watch this.
Like, Dad, you have an awesome voice.
But it's like a little cringeworthy. I'm sure you're a nice person, Barrett.
No,
but that's
of
not what
course.
matters.
That's so rude of me. He's a high school teacher. No, he's great, but I don't know. There's just something missing for me.
He's not a winner of The Voice in our eyes. But he did win the battle, the knockout. Next was Chance Pena versus Ivan Insera. So Chance sang Demons by Imagine Dragons. I actually was looking forward to this, and he was very underwhelming.
Well, because he did...
I think
this was such a different range. Like, he used a different part of his voice entirely.
I feel like his voice isn't developed enough to sing this song.
Yeah.
I think he should stick to the folky things because it got kind of shouty for me.
Well, I'm also just sad that he chose this song. Had he been singing something the way he sang with the twins, would have been so much better.
Because I think he needs a little more push and pull to it. He was at like a constant 7 out of 10 the whole time. And it's like whisper or...
And it was so deep for him to be...
Yeah, which like, Rihanna called him out on.
For him to be deep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's one of those that could come back and like kill it.
Yeah.
I just think he almost needs voice lessons just to learn the technical side of things a little bit more. But he's got the look, and he's definitely talented. He's a really nice kid. He went up against Ivan Insera, who sang Part of Me by Katy Perry.
Which I feel bad about because I was hoping that he would win because she kind of annoys me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to... Like, everyone please stop taking care of her. And like, I can't...
Steffi does not root for the underdog.
Well, it's not that. It's just that she gives me anxiety sometimes. So I just want her to relax.
So shy.
How many times did Pharrell have to tell you, to relax your hand a little bit, to not choke out your microphone while you're singing. And
yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking because vocally I thought this was her best so far.
It was.
There was definitely moments that were shaky and ends of her phrases kind of fall off a little bit. But when she's singing, I feel like when you're on stage and you're singing, every move you do should have purpose to it. So if you flail your arm up, it's because you're feeling something. She reminds me, I don't know if you remember when Jessica Simpson used to do live performances back in the day, but she would move her hand back and forth so crazy that it's like it takes away from everything if you're watching because you're just like, somebody just like tie that girl down.
Yeah, this was definitely her best performance, and I love how she sings, but her along with some of the other contestants on the show reminds me of when I'm at work and sometimes we'll have someone random sing or someone will sing randomly while you're at work. You're like, oh dang, you have a good voice, but that's kind of all you say. Where there have been other times where someone has sang just to sing and you're like, oh my god, sing something for me right now because I have to hear you sing.
Well, and okay, there are plenty of people that have great voices, but that doesn't mean they should be on The Voice.
Right. That's where she falls.
And I think she lacks sort of that X factor. All right, let's talk about Team Pharrell. Oh, and that's our last one of the night. Oh, we should say that Yvonne won that.
Yes.
So Team Pharrell had Amy, I don't know how to say her last name, Vackel?
Yeah, you see these two
Amy versus Manny Davis. This was my favorite knockout pairing of the night.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Manny Davis.
Okay.
She sang A Case of You by Joni Mitchell. This is literally chills.
I love her sound because of the artistry.
And I love the song.
Okay, the song also.
I also
wait, no. You're talking about her first. I'm sorry. I thought this was the other person.
Okay, yeah.
However, I do like her voice.
This is Manny Davis, A Case of You.
She has a very angelic voice to me.
She has she has an angelic voice, but it's when she starts to get powerful, she gets a little bit of a grit to it. So it's like you think she's gonna pet you, and then she punches you. Oh.
Cute. No, I mean I like her high notes. I think she's very clear when she sings, and I like that.
Yeah, and I like that she has the little bit of artistic thing that sometimes bothers us. But I think she sings through it, and then when she gets loud, it's like, wow, you're blown away. I don't know. It reminded me of like Christmas hearing her sing this.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But I was just so happy, and she has so much control over her voice, and it's like pure and raspy. I want to see her in the like top 10.
Ditto.
So she went up against Amy, who sang A Sunday Kind of Love by Etta James. I thought Rihanna's notes for her were so good because. Like when Rihanna was saying a song like this, you have to look sexy and you have to feel sexy.
Yes.
And I think when you hear her, she sounds sexy.
Yes.
But when you look at her, A, the outfit doesn't go with the song. And then B, she looks closed off and timid again. And
coffee shop.
Yeah, and she didn't take... If you're going to sing a song like this, like, you have to make us believe it. And when I was looking at her, I didn't believe it. But if I'm just listening to her, I believe it. But her voice is so good. She reminds me of, like, Norah Jones a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
But, yeah, I don't know. Did you like it?
I did. I loved it. But I liked both of them. However, what's funny, they have great voices. This battle also bored me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I love a good sad white girl.
Yeah.
Well,
no, they're great.
So who do you think won
sounded.
out of it?
No, that was kind of difficult to me because it was all a matter of
Preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they sounded so good. I'm like, yeah, but what do I want to see and what do I want to hear?
I think just out of the night, these guys were the two.
Honestly.
Yeah. I think maybe Manny is.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Amy,
but I love how Amy sounds.
If Amy could write her own songs and sing like this,
she'd be good.
She'd be really good.
Because you know what song I kind of... Well, no. That's it.
I do want to hear her do a Norah Jones song. My chair keeps lowering. It's up all the way. So Manny won, but Adam stole Amy. Him and Blake were arguing over her. But I think Amy and Adam will be a good pairing.
So do I. So now I'm excited just to see what she sings next. It might be a little bit better coming from Adam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, that wraps it up. Should we get into some predictions, Steffi G?
I think we should, Jason.
Marissa, can we have a little more Sister Act in our ears while we're predicting? I think it'll just help us.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Best engineer ever. Okay, Steffi, why don't you go ahead and pick me your two favorites of the night? My chair keeps sinking. Help!
My two favorites of the night are Jordan and Braden.
Oh. Okay,
In fact, I think that they are one of the two that are going to win the entire competition.
Okay, I'm going to say my two favorites of the night are Braden and Manny. La 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 la.
Oh, happy day. Yeah, Jordan and Braden for me.
We're just going to listen to Sister Act for a second because we've already predicted.
When my Jesus was.
Steffi, after Jesus washes your sin away, where can people find you on social media?
They can then find me on social media, on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, and on Instagram at the Stephanie Giorgi, and for the Jane the Virgin After Show, directly after this one at 11 p.m.
Oh, he taught me how. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat at Jason Ikeler. You can find AfterBuzz TV on social media at AfterBuzz TV or at AfterBuzzTV.com. This has been a great show, Steffi G. I can feel the spirit. We'll see you back in here next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed. When Jesus washed.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.